This video is sponsored by Eeish Aromatherapy.
Hi, my name is Grace Akusia Mwabeng, and I work for myself. Okay, I work with Shop Greens. It's my company. It's registered at the Tema Port. So what we do is we supply ships with provisions or ship parts, and then I have a shop at East Legon. It's a seafood shop, so you can find anything that you want: octopus, shrimps, whatever, any kind of seafood. I have not 2.5. This one is almost out. So let's say I have 3 kids, 2 boys, and I don't know the sex of this one, so I'm just waiting till the day, and then I'll know the sex. The first one, I didn't see my period, but I know the signs and everything were there that it was going to come, because how pimples, whatever, all the cramps and everything. But after a week, I was still going about my normal duties, getting ready for it. I had my pad, I carried it around and everything, but still, after a week, it wasn't coming. So I went to buy the test kit, and then I tried, and then it was positive. I did the test, and it was positive, but I went to the hospital again to go and do the test, and then it showed that it was positive. So that was how I found out the first one. The second one too was the same thing. The second one, was a bit close, because the first one was, I think, 1 year and 8 months when I realized I was pregnant with the second one. So I wasn't expecting it, but it happened because I was expecting to see it wasn't coming. So I did the test again, and then I realized I was pregnant. So that was for the second one. And the third one to the same thing. The third one to the same thing. But this one, he was 3 years. My second born is 3 years old. He'll be turning 4 next year. That's January. So it wasn't planned, but it was okay. If it comes, okay. If it doesn't come, it was okay. The worst one is when you're feeling like you want to throw up, maybe you want to vomit, but I haven't. Both of them were cool. I didn't have any issues. I was okay. I was normal. Just that, this particular one, they had a lot of nausea, the urge to throw up. That's the worst. But apart from that, I'm okay. And this one, I think I nearly miscarried the child when I was 3 months. Yes, the 3rd month. I don't know. I was there one day on a Sunday, normal day. I went to the washroom. Then I was bleeding. I don't know what happened. I was just bleeding on the third month. So I had to just rush to the hospital. I was in the hospital for I think 3 days. So I was just hoping. I was praying and hoping, because I was oh, this is going to be my last baby. So if I lose this child, for some way. So I was praying and hoping that I wouldn't lose the child. So I think I stayed in the hospital for 3 days. Then on the 3rd day, I wanted to come home, because I never get sick, so I don't go to the hospital. It's only when I'm pregnant that I go to the hospital. So staying in the hospital for that 3 days, I was getting tired. Even though the bleeding hadn't stopped, I just wanted to come home. So I think the 3rd day when they came, first day I went, it was stopping. Then 2nd day, I thought it had gone. The 3rd day that I was supposed to come home, it started again, it was flowing. So I insisted that I didn't want to stay in the hospital. I wanted to come home, because I just felt like the place was too much for me. So I came home. We started praying, anointing oil. My mother, prayer warrior, we were praying and everything. And after a week, it stopped. it didn't come back again. So it means I went back to the hospital. I checked and they said the baby was fine. There was a threatened miscarriage, but the baby didn't come. So yes, so that's the story for this one. Because this one story is another. It's a whole lot. But the first two, it was easy. No, I was going about doing my normal duties and everything. I didn't have any issues with the first two. But this third one, the first one, I was eager because I have a big brother than me. I'm the second one, so a girl. So we all look up to our big brother. It's good to have a big brother. I don't know, but to me, like to have a guy figure as the big brother. So I was praying like, okay, me to my 10 when I have to give birth, like let me have God, please let me have a baby boy as my first child so that maybe I can have girls afterwards. So the first one I was eager to know like what sex I was having. So I went to check. When we did the scan, I checked and then I had a boy. So I was happy. The second one, I was hoping for a girl. So I went to the hospital and then they checked. I made them check and there was a girl. And I wasn't happy. I remember in the hospital I started crying. And in fact I was not happy in the hospital when they said I was going to have a boy. I was not happy. I was crying. I told the doctor I'm going to pray for the sex of the baby to change. And the doctor was like, Madam, this one dear, you should have prayed before, not now. Now that you've seen like the baby has already formed, God will not change it for you. So the doctor even he didn't even give me the faith to go on to know. So he just said, so I accepted it there, but I was not happy. So with this third one, I said I don't want to have that kind of feeling again. Like you go and check and then that's not the sex that you want, then you'll be sad. So I don't want to know. I want to just get there. If I get there, the baby is already here, so you can't do anything. It's just a bundle of joy. So you just be happy, oh, I have a baby. That's why I didn't check this last one. I don't want to know. Looks like they all came at dawn. So I was sleeping. I remember the first one. I was sleeping around that was 12 midnight. And then I woke up. When I woke up, I didn't, you know how your body feels. So, but when I woke up, I didn't feel okay. Like I couldn't balance myself well. So I knew there was something wrong. So I just went to the washroom, I peed, and I saw the blood show. So I panicked, like, hey, I'm bleeding. So I called my aunt. I was with my aunt. I called my aunt and I told my aunt, oh, this is what I've seen in the washroom. So my aunt said, okay, then let's call the doctor and ask the doctor, what do we do? Should we come? Because it was 12 midnight. Should we come to the hospital or we should just hold on and come in the morning? So I called the doctor. The doctor said, okay, come to the hospital with your items. So I went to the hospital. And then they checked if, yes. So when they checked, they were like, oh, I don't have to go back home. They have to do the cesarean section like that day. Because I think I had a week more. The baby was supposed to come 3rd October. But he came, I had the blood show 27th September. So when they checked, they were like, no, they had to take the baby out today. I was not ready because I had planned for October. So I was like, doctor, are you sure I don't have to go back home? Say, oh, no, you have to do it today. So I was scared because first time, hey, they're going to cut me open and like, this is crazy. They're going to cut me open and that was my first time. So I called my mom. See, Mama, see, yes, to see how everyone is see how hey. My mom too. They didn't want to tell my mom. They didn't want to tell my mom that I was going to go. So I think I remember I took a picture of the drape. I took a picture of it and I sent it to them that please I'm going to go and pray. I told my mom please go and pray because I'm scared. And I think I was there with my uncle in the delivery room and it was a C-section. So that was the only thing. But they were nice to me. I mean, the doctors there, the nurses there, they were very nice. It's like, don't worry, everything will be fine. I remember I was very cold. After the injection, they injected my back with the whatever drug, like for the incident to numb mine. So I felt very cold. I was shivering and everything. So they had to bring a vacuum and some blankets to keep me warm. And then they started the procedure, because after that I couldn't feel my legs. And then they started. So I could feel like you won't feel the pain, but you can feel like something is happening, like they are cutting you, they are taking the baby out, and I could feel the sound, because they are using the vacuum to take the excess blood out. So I could feel everything, but I couldn't feel the pain. Then finally, the baby came out. They showed the baby to me. And what did I do? I think I started crying. I was cold. But later, after the vacuum, I felt better. But when I saw the baby, it's like, finally, the baby is out. They showed me the baby, and then they took the baby away. They dressed the baby up. And I didn't feel anything again. I was just going like on and off. Like I would wake up and then people would be around, then I'll sleep again. I didn't really know what was going on around me. I didn't even have help over there. There was no help, because you are on your own. Unless you have family members around. But apart from the family members, you are supposed to do everything yourself. I mean, they didn't sew. I think they used some laser glue, or I don't know. But they don't dress your wound. That's the hospital that I was, Christ Hospital. They didn't dress my wound, so it was just there. I felt like I was divided into two, because there's nothing. I remember I was so tired, because I have to take the care of, I don't know anything. This is my first time giving birth, and I went with my uncle. My uncle doesn't know anything. So I remember when the baby came, and the nurses had to take the baby away. But that place, they don't have a nursery. So you have to learn they will come and bath the baby for you, maybe like the first 2 days. Then you have to take care of the baby yourself. They don't help you like maybe here, that they will help you bath the baby. They will even bath you on top. But there you're on your own. So I remember I have to wake up, push the baby to the bathroom. I mean, like the bath. It was a single room, like just me. But if you have family members, they would come. And I remember my mom was supposed to come, but because she said she was, I don't know, some funny reason, she didn't come the day. And you remember, I told you the baby came before the due date, so she wasn't ready. So I have to take care of my baby myself. Even though my family members will come in and out, they can't stay. So I remember when I wake up, and I have to now find my way, because I don't know how to breastfeed, So I have to pump the milk out. I don't know how to bath a baby. So the nurses will come and teach me how to do the swaddling, how to fix the diaper. And then I remember if I have to bath, I'll push the baby to the bathroom door. Then I'll try. And I have the cesarean, so I can't really walk. So I have to drag myself to the washroom. I have there's some pool there, and I bath before I can. It was a whole lot. So I bathed the baby in the room with the sink. I used a bowl. Then I bath. They have soap. They'll give you soap. They'll give you everything. They'll give you diaper, soap, everything, baby food. You take care of your baby, but they won't do extra. I think I got too tired, and then I overslept. So throughout the night, the baby was crying. And then they came to take the baby away. So I woke up. The baby wasn't there. So I got scared, like, hey, what has happened to my baby? So I remember I went out looking for the nurses, like, I can't find my baby. My baby is not in the room. We're like, oh, I slept throughout the night. The baby was crying so much that they had to take the baby away. So that was how I was so tired. I didn't know anything, how to even, like, I remember the baby would cry, and I just use my leg to tap the baby's skull, like, keep quiet. Like, I was so tired. And they came to take some details, like, the nurses came to take some details, like, how are you feeling? Like, after birth, how are you feeling? And I remember they asked me, have you cried? And then the nurses looked at the thing, was like, your result is not good. If I send this to the administration, they'll keep you here for a very long time. I think maybe they'll think I'm depressed because I've been crying. I don't know how to do anything, and they'll not let me go home because they are doing series of tests. Check baby's head. Today they'll come for him. By the time he comes, so many injections. They are testing white blood cells today. They do a whole lot. So you stay in the hospital for a very long time, and they want to do the birth certificate right there before you leave. So we had to stay there for a long time, and I was tired, and I filled the form, and I had so many, I'm crying and everything. So they wanted me to stay. So the nurse was like, oh, let's change it. Because if we don't change it, they will let you stay here for a very long time. So I changed it. I just saw myself like, how can a Ghanaian woman like me be depressed? It's not possible. I can't be depressed. So I changed. I think I was just tired because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know my way around the whole baby thing. So that was why I was crying a lot. But afterwards, I was okay. They made me go home after the results came. I changed the forms I filled. She changed it for me. They made me go home, and I felt better. When I came home, my mom was still not around. So I had aunties and cousins. Everybody would come and say their own thing. Oh, don't do it this way. So I was still not comfortable because they were saying, everybody would come and say what they want. Oh, do it this way, do it that way. So I needed my mom. To come. So finally, my mom came. I remember the day my mom came, I was so happy. I think there was this time that somebody came to tell me, oh, my mom didn't get on the plane because she has BP. So flying, sometimes she gets tired. So they were like, oh, your mom didn't get on the plane because they said she had BP or something. She was scared. I nearly collapsed. I said, hey, this woman, why? But finally, I spoke to them, we were like, oh, the plane delayed. So she was able to take her medicine, and then she rested. So she was able to get on the plane. And I was like, finally. Because when she came, now the two of us, we could figure things out. Okay, do it this way, do it that way. But there, everybody saying their auntie will come and say, oh, do it this way. Then my cousin will come, oh, do it this way. So I was so confused. I didn't even know it was supposed to even have a breast pad, that the milk was going to flow. So I wake up in the morning, then my shirt, I didn't know all that. Then I had to call my mom. So what do I do? Called my friend. I checked online. Oh, you have to get a breast pad or something. Then I'll send somebody to go and get it for me. Because my auntie, her children are all big, 30 years and above. She's forgotten how to do baby stuff. So I have to now try and figure everything myself. So it was tiring. My first one was crazy. I didn't know anything. So circumcision, I think the first one I was scared. They didn't do the ring. The doctor did the surgery himself. The one who gave birth, who delivered the child, did the circumcision. So he did the surgery, and I didn't want to watch, so I didn't go. So they did it, and they came. So I had to take care of the wound in the hospital. Yeah, so one of the reasons why I stayed in the hospital for a long time too was because of the circumcision. I had to wait for them to circumcise the baby before going home. So I don't know anything. They showed me how to nurse it. So I nursed the baby, but I didn't watch it. And then with the immunization, we did the first ones there, and then we came to continue. They gave us the form, so we continued here when we came. I think it was almost 3 months when we came. So we continued here. The first one liked a lot of these yogurts, the foreign canned foods and those bottled foods. The second one, he was okay with anything. If you are eating rice, he would want to eat. If you are eating bangkun, he would want to eat. So the first one didn't really like our local foods. He was more into the yogurts. So that was how we started. I used to do banana, the mixture. I'll just mix something for him. and then he would take it. So that was how we were able to move in from the milk to the solids. And then that they stopped breastfeeding like themselves after 6 months. You give it, nobody, they don't want to take it. So I didn't stop them myself. 6 months, they don't want to take anymore, and I was mixing it for them. I was mixing both. I didn't do exclusive. I was mixing the milk, the formula with the milk, because I wasn't getting enough. I didn't breastfeed the baby right from the hospital. They have their milk, the Similac. They give Similac like free, so they give you a lot. So if your baby, the milk is not coming, you start feeding the baby with the Similac. So right from the hospital, it wasn't, I don't know, but the hospital I was, they didn't encourage exclusive breastfeeding. So far as the milk is not coming, they just give you Similac and then you start feeding the child. So then I pumped. I remember I had to do some tests. So they said I shouldn't feed the baby with the breast milk. I should finish the test before. So all I was doing was just pumping the milk and storing it till like my results comes, and then I'll feed the baby with my breast milk. So the first one started the bottle right away. So when he came, he was taking both breast milk and what do we call it? The Similac. And the second one, because I was comfortable with the first one was okay. He wasn't getting sick. He was a healthy baby. So when the second one came, I didn't bother like doing exclusive. I just went with the normal flow. But after 6 months, they didn't even want to take the breast milk anymore. So they just transitioned to the solids. Okay. You know, as I said earlier, I told you I work for myself. When I gave birth to the first one, I had just started like my company, Shop Greens. I had just started it, and I didn't want to like stop. So the second one came. I just had to continue. So what I did was, you know, when the second one came and I had to do deliveries. I remember when I was starting, it was a new company. I didn't have a delivery guy. I didn't have anybody. And I still wanted my company to start. So what I used to do was, I would just put everybody in the car seats. Would be at the back. I'll be delivering. When you cry, I remember I can stop at the motorway, feed you, then we continue. That's what I used to do. I didn't have anybody, and the company had to still go on. So I remember we had an online thing. We had to put the food online. And then I'll be at home trying to put the things together, like trying to create the website and put the food stuff and everything there. So when it was time to move, the second one was small. They all be in the car seats. We'll be doing deliveries. We'll come back, we'll pack, you eat, we continue. So that was how I was working. I was working with them. Then we all come home. And with the parenting, you know, they are boys. They are very strong. They are very strong. And you have to talk a lot. But we are trying. Like, I don't know. I just do what I have to do. Like, from my training as, like, from my home, I try to also make them good boys. But they are trying. They are very strong. Boys are strong and they are two. So you can imagine. You've seen some yourself. Help, like, okay, let's say maybe help I don't like leaving my kids with maybe a house help or something. I need to be there. Then it means if we are going, all of us are going, because I remember those times that we used to work. I can leave them with, I had a house help, but I didn't want to leave the children with her. So then we all go. We'll be at the back or something. If I don't have a help, I'll feed them myself. But the challenging thing is help, or let's say leaving them alone, or distance. Sometimes, you know, where we stay, we are in Tema. So if like I want to leave for a long time, then I have to bring them all the way here, and then go back, do whatever I have to do, come and pick them again, and then go back home. Because then we don't know what, you see, they are too strong. I feel like if I leave them with somebody who doesn't have like patience, it will, like, so many things will happen. I don't know, maybe you get tired and beat them or something. So then, yeah, that's the challenging thing, is help, like the right help, the right kind of help. And then me too, I like to work, so work and taking care of the kids too, like, clashes a lot. So I really want to work and I need to pick them from school or something. I pick them from school myself. Maybe I'm running late and all those things. There's a lot of stress. But I think now my challenging moment is help, just help, like the right help. Rewarding part, like seeing my children grow, seeing them, like my children, they call me Queen Mommy. I don't know. I woke up one day. Now they take care of me. Like when we come here and like, I'm so stressed, I want to get me my mattress. They'll go and get the mattress and get the pillow. Come and put it there for me. Then I'll rest. I can send them, go and get me water. Like as little as they are, I can still make use of them. I don't not make use of that. I'm using them. I can still, at least 3 years. If I need something, put the fan on for me. I won't get up and do it myself. The boy will do it. So looking at all that, and they take good care of me as little as they are. Somebody can look at me and like, oh, mommy is beautiful. Mommy is a queen. Then they started calling me Queen Mommy. So you see, when you hear all that, like Queen Mommy, they call me Queen Mommy every time. Queen Mommy, oh Queen Mommy, where's your crown? Especially when I do my hair, like you see, like this, like a crown. Oh, mommy has a crown on. Queen Mommy. So all seeing all that is very rewarding. Like you feel happy. My children are growing. You look at them. You're happy. I remember when I was quiet. When I came back home, I was quiet. Then I was sitting down, I was thinking, and the little one came to tap me, said, "Mommy, are you okay?" I think just that, "Mommy, are you okay?" Like as little 3 years old, like coming to tap me, "Mommy, are you okay?" I was like, oh, I had to be all right. Like it was such a nice feeling to see that at least not just your husband or just not like your mom, but you have like little ones who are looking up to you or taking care of you in a way. Even if you are not feeling fine, they know that there's something wrong with mommy and they'll come to you and talk to you. So looking at all that is very rewarding. So those are the things. Those are the things. The idea of my motherhood, when I was having my first child, like I didn't know anything. I just thought like you just give birth and everything will be normal and you'll be happy. Like everybody will be happy. You don't go through any stress. I didn't even know that maybe you bleed after some time. I didn't know all that. So I'm thinking then a lot of like for you not to get such surprises, I think you should be able to read around anytime you're having a baby. You should be able to read around and like get informed so that if you don't get people to tell you, at least you know what you're getting yourself into. Because the depression is not, it's not about it comes with that too. If you don't know what you're about, if you don't know what is going on around you, you might also like go into that. So I think if you're having a baby, you should read more, learn more and all that, and get informed. I think that's what every mother should do, because that's what I didn't do that, and I was very stressed. But I think then if I have this platform, I would tell every mom to do that, like read around, get more information, and then you know how to work around things.
This video was brought to you by Eeish Aromatherapy. This video is sponsored by Eeish Aromatherapy.
In the hospital, when they said I was going to have a boy, I was not happy. I was crying. I told the doctor I'm going to pray for the sex of the baby to change. The doctor was like, Madam, this one there, you should have prayed before, not now. When I was starting, it was a new company. I didn't have a delivery guy. I didn't have anybody. So what I used to do was, I would just put everybody in the car seats. We'll be at the back. I'll be delivering. When you cry, I remember I can stop at the motorway, feed you, then we continue. I remember the baby will cry, and I'll just use my leg to tap the baby's skull, like keep quiet. Like I was so tired.
This video was brought to you by Eeish Aromatherapy.